We're here today with Bob DeLucia, founder and CEO of Star Transportation, and his son Derek, who is the president of Star Transportation Group. We're here today basically to talk about your company and what your company is doing with alternative fuels and other programs. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing in alternative fuels and about your company?
Yeah, actually in 2008 we started with propane, experimenting with propane vehicles. Right now we have about 40 vehicles that are running on propane. In 2010 we started with CNG, and right now we have about 25 vehicles running on CNG.
Good. And do you see that expanding in the future with your companies? How many companies are running the alternative fuel right now?
Right now we have 3 of the companies that are running on alternative fuels to some capacity. Star Limousine Service has a couple hybrid electric vehicles in our fleet. We also have a Chevy Volt in our fleet. And again, we have in our taxi fleet, we have about 25 vehicles running on CNG with a projected 25 more hopefully by the end of the year.
And Derek, what are you seeing the trends in moving into alternative fuels?
Oh, that's without question that's exactly where the trends are going. We get a phenomenal amount of response everywhere we take our vehicles, or customers that call in and ask about the eco-friendly situation. So it's done very well for us from that standpoint in getting it out to the community. My father is a pioneer in the alternative fuels here in the transportation business. He started it all. No one even thought to do the things that he's done these past several years in reference to the alternative fuel side of things. So.
As you can see right now, gas has tipped the $4 mark again. And,
which he predicted, by the way.
I predicted that, and back in 2008 it did the same thing, and it came down. And we see it go up and down, but right again it's back up to $4, and we suspect that it's even going to go higher than that in the very near future. And I'm prepared now, and unlike some of my other competitors that are not, they're just starting it now. You know, at least we're in a position right now that we can offer fuel to our drivers that pay for the fuel, and also the fuel that I pay for is substantially lower cost.
So it's not only is it an economic benefit, but it's an environmental benefit as well.
No question about that.
We're here with Rick Graw of Star Transportation. Today we're here to talk about the CNG Ford Transit and the VPG MV1 vehicles under the Veterans Program. Rick, can you tell me a little bit about how long you've had these vehicles and a little bit about driving them?
Sure. Well, the Transit Connects, we did the conversions on them. They've been converted for about, I want to say, about a month and a half now. There's two CNG cylinders in the back with the equivalent to about 17 gallons of gas, of compressed natural gas as they are equivalent to. They run just fine. It runs just as good as a regular vehicle on gasoline. There's really no difference in power or anything as far as the Transit Connects are concerned, and as far as the MV1s are concerned, there's really no difference between the CNG and the gasoline. So,
are they well received by the drivers, or do you have to kind of educate the drivers on CNG with maybe not having any knowledge of CNG?
I mean, some of them you do have to give them a little bit of knowledge, because whenever you hear compressed natural gas, I mean, yeah, it's a new thing of the future right now, and we're just in the baby crawl stages of compressed natural gas. So you do have to do a little education to the drivers, and some of the passengers who always ask about what is CNG. And so yeah, I mean, a little bit of education goes a long way as far as as far as teaching, and people like to learn it. So.
And as well as I see they have the Air Star Transportation propane access vans. I've seen those all around the city, as well as the veterans taxi. Can you tell us a little bit about the propane? Has anybody commented on the use of propane? Because you've been doing that a lot longer than you have CNG.
Sure. Our propane vehicles, all of our buses, except for the 4400 series, they all are converted to run on LPG.